Hi everyone, it's Shelly with Shelly's Creative Crafts. Welcome back. So I just finished another journal and wanted to share it with you, and I absolutely love these little charms. Look at this. It's two tiny little, it's a fork and a spoon, and they're adorable. So that was kind of the inspiration outside of these twine flowers. I wanted to do a farmhouse kind of farmhouse chic, I guess, vintage themed journal. And then I did this kind of reminds me of, I think like chicken wire and that sort of thing. And so I did do a little bit of the distressing and that sort of thing there. And then I did do a little bit of, I think it's called metallic wax paint. But anyway, I did that on the satin trim or closure. And so we'll just dive right on in. I was so excited about this one. I've not done one like this before. And so as usual, pocket on the front, everything's fabric lined. And this was a pretty picture that I found, and it did remind me of kind of some farmhouse decor. So I backed it with some coffee dyed paper and then sewed around it so that can be a note card. It is 3 signatures, and then I did do, I think, 5 or 6 embellished paper clips. Will count it up. But this one has a little rocking horse on it, and a mushroom, and then I found these real pretty little note cards on, or pictures on Pinterest, and put some coffee dyed paper and that sort of thing and sewed around those and made some little note cards. And then of course a stamp that I have that has the knife, the fork, and the spoon. So I thought that was really kind of vintage, country chic. And then this is just, it's a Tim Holtz, picture that says nest and eggs. And then I did some twine. And then this is just some little paw prints. And then just some more twine. I did do quite a bit of twine decorations. And then this is just a little corner tuck. Pardon me, and then another one of these little note cards that I backed on the coffee dyed paper and some stenciling. And then this is just some stationery that I had, and I thought it was really pretty. I like the color of it. And then this is a little acorn with some trim, and then just a little bit of script stamping, and always try to leave a lot of room for writing. And then this is, I don't know if you can see, it's an old Rolodex card that Lori Girl on the Ridge, who I absolutely love. I follow her channel religiously. And she was making these little tiny envelopes, and oh my gosh, I think I went crazy making these little envelopes. And so I had to put those on there. And then this is another one of those printables, those little farmhouse printables. So I tucked that down in there, and then just stamped "And the Story Begins." And then this is just some, pardon me, some calendar paper that I had that has the chickens and all that. So it just, it kind of went in with the theme. And then this is obviously some music paper, some cheesecloth, and then some flowers. And then the other side of that little birdhouse chicken calendar paper, lots of space for writing, some little trims down at the bottom, and then the back side of that stationery with the frames. And then this is one of the hidden paper clips right there. With the little envelopes on it, and then I did put in a share memory with love card, so that tucks back under there. Of course, you can move it all around the journal. And then again, more coffee dyed paper. And one of the reasons that I like to do the scrapbooking paper, I kind of learned this via trial and error, but the coffee dyed paper has, I guess, acidity from the coffee. So I like to include scrapbooking paper and that sort of thing that's, acid free for like photos, and, use it as a mat to put photos and that sort of thing on. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And then just a little corner embellishment with the envelopes, and then I did it just reminds me of chicken wire. I don't know what it is, but in any event, another little toadstool or mushroom little button, and then more scrapbooking paper, and then this sideways embellished paper clip here has an old vintage sewing machine charm, and then just some more of the little note cards there with the coffee dyed paper sewn together. And then some more of that little stenciling down there. And then just some, again, some cardstock or coffee dye, paper that you can use for matting pictures and that sort of thing. Just a little embellishment. That's not a tuck or anything. It's just a little embellishment. And then I did have a little... I'm not sure what those are. They're just little tiles, I guess, and stuck a real pretty little note card in there. So it is a little tuck spot. And then I put a little bit of twine down there. And then this is a mason jar printable that I had, and then put in, pardon me, another one of those little cards. And then again, more, this just kind of reminded me of brick or, you know, that sort of thing, and just really farmhouse. And then I did the bird's nest and the eggs. And then more coffee dyed paper, lots of space for writing. Another one of those Rolodex cards. I think you can see it a little bit better on this one. And then I did do the music paper, and then this says happy. And then I did do just a little shabby looking, it's coffee dyed paper, obviously. And then I just put it together with some cloth, and then just stamped just a note on there. So I thought that was really cute, and it just looks really kind of rustic and shabby chic, vintage farmhouse-ish. And so then put I have a mushroom or toadstool stamp, so I used that, some cheetah paper. And then this is another one of those Rolodex cards that I also made into a pocket again, and then some more of that, those printables, and then coffee dyed paper and stitching. And then this is just some fabric that's, you know, obviously black and white striped, and I just thought it was really cute. Again, some more envelope paper clips, and then this one has an old hand beater or hand mixer on it. It's a recipe card. So I thought that was really cute and kind of befitting. And then just some stamping with a bird cage, a bird and a nest. And then more blank paper, scrapbooking paper, more coffee dyed paper, just a little bit of eyelet trim. And then this is just an upper tuck, and then I did do, this one has cows on it, and then that just kind of tucks up under there, and that just says laughter and fun. And then just a little ribbon or cinched up material that I sewed up, and then put some trim and a button, and then another one of those little kind of shabby notepads, and then I did do some twine and some muslin, or just some really, cottony cloth and that sort of thing. And then this sideways paper clip has a little flash card, an acorn, and a little cowboy boot charm. And I think that's the last paper clip, I believe so. And then just a little bit of stamping with the toadstool on the other side, or the mushroom. And then another little upper tuck up here with a little note card in there. And then the back part here, I took some more of the those Rolodex cards, and I made kind of like a little like a little mini journal out of it. And then just put it together with some twine, and then just put some butterfly paper and then some coffee dyed paper, sewed it down the middle, and then used some seam binding kind of as the binding and that sort of thing. So I thought that was just kind of cute, and then stamped it with just a note. So that'll go back in there. And then I just included just a plain tag that can be journaled on or embellished up or that sort of thing. And then of course the fabric pocket on the back. And what's interesting is the all the different colors that you see here. I had a swatch book that had a bunch of different like linens and burlap and all sorts of stuff in there. And so I basically just pieced it all together and sewed it, and I thought it came out really, really cute. And then, of course, these two little charms are so darling with the fork and the spoon. So, again, this will be listed here shortly, and I will count up the pages and everything as usual and put all the measurements and all that in my Etsy listing. So, I hope you're having a great middle of the week and looking forward to the weekend. Thanks so much. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.